So if you forge cast a machine, there's some alternatives, and I just found one at the show. I've never seen this process before. It's been around a long time. I want to introduce you here. So hey Chris, I'm Rob.
Hi Rob.
Nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you.
You're from MPI Engineered Technologies, and Fineblanking is what drew me in. Tell me about Fineblanking and how it helps the world.
Okay, so Fineblanking is similar to stamping. It's more closely described as a cold extrusion process. Fineblanking is superior to stamping because the main punch pushes the material down from the top with immense controlled pressure. Pressures from both directions, shearing it against the sharp edge of the bottom die, cleanly shearing the metal rather than fracturing it as in regular stamping. And what we get with that is we get to control the deformation of the material. You get better geometric and dimensional control of your part, and you get to cut out more secondary processes. This is a great example of a part here. We Fineblanked this, and all we had to do was lap both sides, and we tapped our holes. Done, finished part.
So I'm picturing in my head that that's going to give me edge problems. How do you handle that?
So, great question, Rob. So if you look at these edges are controlled. We don't have to clean up this edge at all. There's no shear break that you typically get. The edge roll that you get with conventional stamping is not existing here on this part.
Are you saving the customer money because you're reducing the need for those secondaries, or is the process by itself less expensive too? Tell me, like, where's the savings happening?
The process, it's both, Rob. The process for the material itself gets cheaper, so you're spending less money in the beginning because you're not wasting as much material. The secondary process, every time you move a part to another process, you've got overhead in that. You've got more labor built into that. This had two processes after it, and it's a finished part. If you conventionally stamped this, we would have had to grind it to get that edge roll off. We probably would have had to drill as well as tap these holes, but we're able to push these holes in, including this one, and then all we got to do is lap it to get our flatness and parallelism specs, and we got a finished part right here.
Now, does this process work up to a certain number of parts and then it makes sense to go somewhere else, or you make thousands and thousands? So,
as with any stamped product or fine blank product, quantity does matter. So if you've got anywhere from 5,000 pieces, we can go up to 1 million pieces a year with this. It all works. So we can do up to 17 millimeter material. We can go down to this thin as well, and thinner. So a great example of geometry and the benefit of Fineblanking is we can add geometric features like teeth into the part that you can't do with stamping. And stamping, you would have crushed these teeth out, and we don't have to clean this up. This came out, all we had to do was grind this flat mating surface. We put this part in, we pressed this part in, heat treated it, done.
So a single process, I've got different layers of height in this that's pressed in, you're using the right words,
yeah.
And these teeth, which look like they should have been machined after the fact, they look almost like gear parts. That's one process, one push from both sides.
It's one press, it's progressive. We might have put these 3 holes in, and then we put these 2 holes in, and then we put that feature in, and then we Fineblank the rest of it out. Speaking of progressive, we do also have high-speed stamping. Here's a great example of our progressive high-speed stamping operations. Progressive stamping, we can go to as small as the size of the tip of a pin. Here's another great example of a Fineblank part that can save you money, right? So it's not just about the secondary operations that you can cut out. I talked about your material savings. This is a manifold part that needed a oil pass feature here. Well, normally if you wanted to machine this part, you would have to start with a piece of material this thick, right? With Fineblanking, we can extrude that material up out of it, and you're starting with a thinner material.
This seems brilliant. It's the only way to do it is what you're doing.
Yeah, so
the only way smart to do it is what you're doing.
You're literally buying half as much material. I mean, that feature looks like it's about doubles the thickness, right? So you're buying your steel half as thick as you normally would.
Let's talk about structure. So you've pressed the metal through here. We still got the same strength, is that?
Because you're pressing material, you're compressing material, you align the grain structure of the material, and a lot of times you end up with a stronger part than you would have normally.
Well, Chris, thanks. Great explanation.
Rob, I just want to help your viewers save money. Call me.